In this video, we're going to see why it might make sense to lose on purpose in the real estate competition. Over a year ago, I had made a video titled Real Estate Defense Strategy, where I had explained why it makes sense to set a weak defense formation on purpose so you can let other players progress further. Recently, I did a poll asking you guys whether it actually makes sense to set a weak formation in the real estate event or not. And about 52% of players said that it does because it helps everyone. 17% said it helps everyone except themselves. 7% said that it doesn't help anyone, and about 4% said that it does more harm than good. While the remaining 20% didn't know why you would use a weak formation in the real estate event. So the first thing we're going to do in this video is we're going to see how using a weak formation helps everyone else, and then we're going to see how it helps you. And then we'll see some of the common reasons why players don't like setting weak formations in this event. Here's how the competition works. Whenever you win a battle, you get a certain amount of trophies. However, whenever you lose a battle, you don't lose any trophies. You only lose a few resources. With more trophies, you'll be able to reach higher tiers and get better rewards every single day. By setting a weak formation, you're allowing players to get more trophies and therefore get better rewards. At the same time, you're not losing any of your trophies because, as we saw earlier, you don't lose any trophies for losing battles in this event. You only lose a few resources. And if you're worried about the resources that you lose, you can always get them back by revenge hitting the players that attacked you. So I hope this makes it clear how you're helping other players by setting a weak formation in the real estate event, while at the same time not harming yourself. Now let's see how you're helping yourself progress further by doing so. Let's say you've made it to Diamond 1 in the real estate event and you have 600% stats. You've also helped players A, B, and C who are weaker than you to make it to Diamond 1 because they've managed to get a bunch of free wins off of you. Their stats are only 400%. Now, if you're lucky, you might face these three players a few times and get some free trophies for yourself by doing so, which will make it easier for you to get to Diamond 2. However, what if you don't face any of these three players that you just helped to get to Diamond 1? Will you still benefit from using a weak formation? Well, the answer to that is most probably yes, because by helping these three weak players enter into Diamond 1, you're also helping players that are slightly stronger than them but slightly weaker than you to get to your league as well. The three weak players are not only giving free wins to you, they're also giving free wins to players with 450% stats. A, B, and C could easily help at least one or two 450% stats players to get to Diamond 1. The 450% players will help some 500% players to get there, and the 500% players will help some 550 ones. And since you're at 600% stats, even if you face a few of these players while you're in Diamond 1, you'll still be able to get a few trophies which will help you get to Diamond 2 much faster. This is how you help yourself as well by setting weak formations in the real estate event. If you're liking this video so far, then please hit the like button, and if you're not, then hit the dislike button, because both of those help a ton with the YouTube algorithm. So the moral of the story is that it doesn't matter whether others are setting a weak formation or not. You still indirectly benefit from it even if you're the only one doing it. To me, setting a weak formation is just like trading points in Clash of Mafia, but even better. Because in Clash, if your opponent suddenly decides that they're not going to let you have their buildings for free, then you stop getting free points and won't be able to get better rewards. However, in the real estate event, even if your opponents don't set weak defense formations, you still benefit from your own weak formation indirectly, as we saw earlier. The only problem is that it's hard to notice this because it's impossible to keep track of the players that you're giving free wins to, and then the players that those players are giving free wins to. Now let's take a look at some of the reasons why people do not like to set weak formations. A few people mentioned that they don't like giving away free wins and want players to earn them. That I don't really agree with because the real estate event rewards you mainly for two things. Number one is your stats, which is mostly based on the amount you spend, and number two is your activity, because if you don't battle in the real estate event at all, you won't make any progress regardless of your stats. If we assume that majority of players doing the real estate event are quite active, then the only factor that has an influence on the tier is your stats, which is heavily dependent on the amount you spend on the game. Let's say it costs $0 to get the Gold 1, $100 to get the Platinum, $1,000 to get the Diamond, and $10,000 to get the Prince. By letting weaker players get the higher tiers, you're only making it cheaper to progress in this event. What this means is that if you give free wins to a bunch of players, the cost of getting the Platinum will go down from $100 to $0, the cost of getting the Diamond will go down from $1,000 to $100, and so on. So the players that earned a spot in Diamond earlier will now be able to earn a spot in Prince, the players that earned a spot in Prince will be able to earn a spot in King, and the ones that already earned a spot in King earlier will be able to finish with much more trophies. It's just that the price of earning a spot in those tiers has gone down. Another argument that I hear is that it doesn't give players a chance to get enough reports to test out different formations. To that I would say you can always test out your formations while you attack other players. You don't really need defense reports to test out formations. There are always going to be players who set strong formations in the event, so you can always test your formations against them. Also, a lot of players think that attack and defense are both very different in this game, and that's just not true for 1v1 battles that take place in the real estate event. Whenever you attack a player in this event, it's almost as good as if you're defending against them. The only reason why you might notice a difference in the reports is because of random factors like how many times the charge skill is triggered or how many critical hits were done during the battle. Finally, I want to talk about why it might seem like setting a weak formation is not working. A lot of people think that the strategy isn't working because they eventually get stuck at a certain tier and are unable to progress further. However, this is always bound to happen as long as there are players stronger than you. As we saw in the earlier example, by using this strategy, all you're doing is you're reducing the cost of getting to higher tiers. So if you were getting stuck at Diamond when nobody was using this strategy, now you'll get stuck at Prince if some people start using it. The more people use this strategy, the higher you'll be able to reach in this event. However, you always get stuck somewhere regardless. That's inevitable. It's how the event was designed to be. Also, if you use a bunch of farm accounts, you might be able to give some more players free wins by signing up for the event with those accounts using weak formations. And it would be even better if you could do the event on those accounts and get them to higher tiers. So let me know what you guys think about using weak formations in the comments down below and whether you use them or not. And if you do not use them, then why not? Before I end this video, I'd like to thank all of my patrons for the support. If you want to support me, there's a link to my Patreon in the description below. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you guys found the video helpful. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.